Hey folks, it's James Darling. I'm doing a video update about a day in the life of an FTM porn performer, which is me. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning. I just woke up. I'm starting to get ready for a shoot today for a shine of crashpadseries.com for her new project, heavenlyspire.com, which is a project that is focused on more male, masculine beauty, pretty loosely defined. It features, like trans men and cis men who aren't trans. It's a pretty rad project. It's really gorgeous, beautifully shot. I really highly recommend checking it out. I shot for them once before where I did a solo jerk-off scene. And today I'm actually doing a partner scene with my lover, Quinn Valentine. So it's going to be super cute, and hopefully it's going to go pretty well. So I'm not quite awake yet, but I will be talking a little bit more once I get dressed. Okay, so here I am, trying to get ready. I'm laying out some of my outfit choices, things I plan on bringing with me to the shoot. So it's a Valentine's Day themed shoot, so I made this. It's for Quinn, so that'll be really cute. I don't know if we'll end up using that or not, but in any case, it's going to be a Valentine for him. And yeah, so this is my dildo. It's bright red, which I think is pretty appropriate for Valentine's Day. This is my favorite lube. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see. Yeah, it's Maximus. I like it because it's water-based, but it's like really thick, which is like awesome for fisting or anal. Yeah, and then like I might wear a bow tie. I don't know. I really like bow ties, but that's more like campy, burlesque than porn, I guess. But I don't know. It could be cute. The shoot's gonna be really cute. This is one of my underwear options. It's like these. They look red, but they're actually bright pink. Underpants from H&M. I have a jockstrap somewhere. Oh yeah, there's the jockstrap. So I have a bright red jockstrap. I look really good in jockstraps. Yeah, so I'm currently having my little pre-shoot rummage through my entire closet, figure out what I want to put on, kind of thing. Not that it really matters, because I'm gonna just be getting naked anyways, but yeah, so hopefully I get this figured out in the next couple minutes, and then Quinn will be arriving here pretty soon, and then we'll head over to the crash pad to shoot for Heavenly Spire. So it should be pretty fun. So a question I get asked a lot is, why do I shoot porn? When I started doing porn, I had just arrived in San Francisco, and I arrived at a time where a lot of porn producers were getting funding to create a lot of films and a lot of shoots in a short period of time. It was like this huge boom in 2009, 2010 with queer porn. So I just kind of came into it at a really lucky time where I was able to get some work, because the only companies right now that really hire trans men are queer porn, like indie, like queer alt porn stuff, which lucky for me is almost entirely based in San Francisco, where I live. So yeah, there's a couple other things like in Canada and New York that are happening, and I'm sure there's other stuff in places outside of the North America, but I'm not sure what exactly is going on in other parts of the world. But yeah, so I came into it as a really lucky time, and it was something I wanted to do for a really long time. I didn't really see a lot of sexual representations of trans men in porn or anything really. I mean, the message I got was basically, if you don't have the same kind of flesh cock as cis men, your body is not desirable, you don't have a sexuality, you're kind of like this asexual being, which, plenty of trans men are asexual, but I wanted to see more. I wanted to see trans men with being seen as hot and having a sexuality. And, you know, lucky for me, I, you know, came out at a time, you know, I'm young enough where there were things like Tranny Wood Pictures and Buck Angel. I remember the first queer porn I ever saw was Full Load, and that was the first time I saw other trans men having sex of any kind. So that was really, really cool for me. But I still didn't see, like, very much, and I wanted to contribute to that, you know, like, I didn't see guys that had sex the way I did, or didn't have surgery, or were on hormones, or that kind of thing, and so I started doing porn before I had my top surgery, and it was something, you know, I had to think about for a while if I wanted that image permanently out there forever or not, but I think that would have been really useful for me to see a trans guy enjoying his body without surgery. So I'm very happy to have that image out there, and it seems to a lot of people have sent me messages that they really appreciated that. So yeah, and I think it's really cool that I got a chance to see my transition through porno, because now, you know, I'm post-op, and even though I was on hormones when I started doing porn, it's really interesting to see just how different my body is even like a year or so later, because I thought I was basically done, but apparently my body keeps changing. So that's been really cool to see. And yeah, so those are some of the reasons why I do porn. I mean, I also do porn because I'm an exhibitionist. I like being watched, and I like people being turned on by me. I like putting ideas into people's heads and being parts of fantasy and creating fantasies for people. And I'm a huge slut. So that's also a big part of it. Yeah. Hey. Hey, it's James Darling. Just finished shooting for Heavenly Spire today with Quinn Valentine. This is Quinn.
Hi.
Oh. What did you think about the shoot today?
It was fantastic.
Yeah?
It was Bombtown cute, but it was really fun.
What were some of the highlights for you?
Well, we were completely saturated in fluffy white feathers because it's a Valentine's Day special. So that was throwing the feathers up in the air and playing around like you know, freshman girl in college.
Yeah. Like a pillow fight.
Like a pillow fight, experimenting, you know. That was pretty amazing. Yeah, I had a great time.
Cool.
And of course, shooting with James is always the best.
Yeah, that was super fun. It was a Valentine's Day special. They dressed us up like Cupids, which is really cute.
I had wings.
Yeah, he had wings on. And we got, you know, on our cutest underwear and threw feathers on each other. And then Quinn here blew a 4-foot like crazy load.
Yeah,
it was pretty awesome.
It almost hit the director.
Yeah,
I was pretty proud of that.
That's one of the hazards of queer porn. So,
yeah.
So Quinn, what's one of the things that you enjoy about hooking up with trans men?
I feel like, in my experience, trans men have a really excellent understanding about their bodies.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a very trans world, so there has to be a lot of understanding, a lot of communication, whether it be verbal or otherwise, between the two people about the understanding of a trans body. And I feel like I have that in particular ways, and I really appreciate somebody who knows their body, knows how to work their body, and I feel like I've noticed being trans kind of gives you a hyper-awareness of your body, and I really appreciate how that's translated through sex.
Yeah. What's something that like really physically like does it for you about trans bodies in particular?
I love dick clit. I love it. Yeah. Every single bit about it. I love having my chin drenched after I blow somebody. Yeah. It's the best. Nothing turns me on more.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great. Well, thanks. Is there anything else you want to say about your first experience doing like a partner scene and queer porn today?
If you have the opportunity, do it. It's magical.
Yeah.
You know, always welcome more voyeurs.
sweet. Well, thank you, Quinn. We're getting pretty close to BART station, so I'm going to turn this off.
Cool.
So I'm back at home, and now I have to clean my stuff. As that's super important to do that. What you're looking at right now is my dildo, which is a type of double dildo. It's made out of silicone, so I have to boil it. You can also wash them with soap and water. Silicone's non-porous, and I really prefer to only use non-porous stuff because it can be sterilized. But if you're not, using something that's like glass or metal or silicone, just put a condom on it, and that makes it a lot easier. Because things like jelly materials and stuff leak chemicals and can't really be cleaned. But yeah, so I'm kind of chilling back at home. I had a really great day today. I really love shooting for Heavenly Spire. They're really rad, featuring trans men, cis men, that sort of thing. I'm not sure when the shoot today with Quinn will go up, but you should check back and just keep an eye on it because it should be a lot of fun. It was really cute. It's pretty dreamy to be able to roll around with my very sweet boy lover, Quinn, and and a bunch of others and lots of cute stuff like that. So yeah, so I guess the only other thing I wanted to add was like a little bit about negotiating, with a trans guy. My top piece of advice for that is to ask. This really goes for any trans person. Everybody is going to feel differently about their body. It's important to ask, like, how this person wants to be referred to, what parts of their body are okay to touch or not, how they like to use their body, what words they use for their body. These are, it's always better to ask than assume about these things. And yeah, and just to be, take a moment and think, before you say something, and just be respectful in general, We're people just like anybody else, and any sexual partner is going to have different needs and desires about what they like to do. So I think that's the most important thing to think about. Of course, trans people have certain things that we have to deal with that other people don't, but I would highly recommend having a conversation with your lover. So yeah, so I title this thing A Day in My Life, and I will say that I don't shoot every single day. That's not very accurate. I'm lucky if I get, a gig every few months or so. There's not exactly a very high demand for trans guy performers. But lucky for me, I'm in the Bay Area where there are lots of queer porn companies who love all kinds of bodies. So, and yeah, I had a really fun time. I hope you enjoyed my little video, and if you guys have any questions, I have a blog. I don't update it as often as I mean to, but it's jamesdarling.blogspot.com. And I also have a Twitter and a Facebook. I probably post the most on Twitter, and that's jamesdarlingxxx. And then Facebook, it's James Darling. Apparently there are other James Darlings out there in the world, so the address for that one I think is darling.james, and I'll write all this down in the video info. So yeah. Hope y'all enjoyed, and hope you check out some more trans guy porn projects out there, and